When I was a little girl, I always just wanted to be on TV, and I was going to be your news anchor, and I was an athlete growing up, so I really wanted to be a sports anchor. And my dream was that I was going to be on ESPN and be on the 50-yard line. And while I was in college, I came to Fresno for my first job at the local TV station. While I was in my senior year of college is when I got diagnosed with multiple sclerosis.
She called and said, something's wrong with me, but I can't tell you what it is. I just don't feel right. I just feel numbness and tingling all over. And so I told her, let's get you to the hospital. 4 days later, we were told that Fo has multiple sclerosis, a disease of the nervous system, and I had no idea what that meant. We learned that it had no known cause, no known cure. It's an autoimmune disease.
I mean, he's my husband now, but my boyfriend at the time. And I remember telling him when I was in the hospital saying, you did not sign up for this, and I won't hate you if you leave me. And he looked at me and said, I am not going anywhere. We've got this. And it's always been, it's never you have MS, it's we have MS. There weren't a lot of treatment options, but they gave you a few. And I started on shots that I had to give myself every other day. And that was hard because, you're giving yourself a shot and you're kind of reminding yourself, I'm sick. And they weren't working. I was getting worse. And I, first lost vision in my left eye and then a year later in my right eye. And I started having issues with my walking and coordination. And to think that I now can't even walk across the room was terrifying.
We did our best to find what was the best medical care for her out there. And we were able to get a referral to Stanford Medical Center.
It wasn't the most convenient thing, but we didn't care because we just wanted to do what it took to get my life back.
Fo had an infusion every 28 days. And so it was a lot of missed work. And wonderfully, we both had understanding employers. Not everybody's going to have that.
The MS Society asked me to be a part of their MS Equals campaign, and I agreed, and I didn't expect for it to be what it became.
And this ad campaign was national. We were told that she was going to be in Times Square on the big electronic billboards. People are walking by and saying, wait, is that you up there?
I want people to know that they're not alone and that we all are, there's so many of us experiencing things. And so if I can be there for them, I want to be. Now we finally have an MS specialist in this region, and it's just so exciting because there wasn't one. And things are improving. I did see my MS specialist at Stanford for 17 years, and so I'm still in communication with him, but what was so wonderful is that he and Dr. Reza, the new MS specialist here, are willing to collaborate with each other.
When you change from a provider that you trust to another new provider that you don't know, it can be very daunting, right? And with Fotini's case, I made sure that before she came to me, I knew her history backwards and forwards. And then after I saw her, I made an effort to speak to the provider up at Stanford so she continues the continuity of care.
The Central Valley's caught up with what they feature there now at Stanford, so you're not lacking for anything here, and certainly won't be in the future.
With my diagnosis so many years ago now, what many people thought as a misfortune, I really do think was a blessing in disguise because it kind of gave me a new meaning to life. And so when I was told that they're going to be raising money to build a neuroscience institute, I was like, sign me up. I want to be a part of this. Having this institute is going to make such an impact in our region. And it's not just for people who have MS, but people who have a lot of neurological conditions. We need it, and it's going to help so many people.